more value for your money when you activate your Digicel Prime bundle. More choices for what you want at low prices. More talk time on the most reliable network. More any-use data for whatever you're into searching and sharing. And dedicated data for more new apps to stream your music, shows, and live sports. Activate a Digicel Prime bundle of your choice in the My Digicel app today and save more. Digicel, better connected.
Nice to be in orbit.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to SipNchat.
Yes.
With Azem and Jade right here on the Sugar Factory.
So, you forget what's my second now?
No, I thought him said something in the back. I thought the Kingsters was giving me a signal. But,
oh.
But guys, it's a pleasure being here with you this morning. What today, Jade? Today is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday already.
Hump day? Already?
Half the week on.
Oh, up there. Well, guys, it's gonna be an amazing show. I think we have amazing things to talk about. A lot's been happening in the last 24 hours.
Listen.
A lot has been happening.
One thing Sake is going to do is give you things to talk about.
Yeah,
even when you think it's quiet.
Yeah, but you're here with me, Azem, and of course, Jade going to go in Adita CPL Mathis too. I think it's Beyonce Johnson. And yeah, but outside of that, Jade, but how are you doing?
I'm hungry for some reason.
Wow. So what's...
I don't know. I woke up very hungry today.
So usually, when you wake up hungry, it's because you ate late the night before.
Yes.
You did?
I did eat kind of late.
Yep, that's what it is.
My eating schedule was very off yesterday. Like I ate at 12 and then I ate at 11.
You ate at 12 and I ate at 8. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I remember I'd hurt my back. And then I traveled for like a month. So I haven't been like
back on your eating schedule.
Up on my fitness in general. So I'm back on my sugar-free tip because I was slacking.
What you had when you went to St. Thomas?
You know, I had it all when I was here, Jade. You know, the blueberry muffins them was coming in now and again. The blueberry muffins and 1 or 2 cookies. You've seen me buy 1 or 2 cookies.
Yeah.
And so. Yes, I'm working on that.
I've actually cut out majority of my sweet intake, except, right?
Let me hear this now.
Except,
what's your weakness?
Currently, Crazy Rolls.
Crazy Rolls. Okay.
That's the ice cream place at the movies, and they have this s'mores thing that they do.
Guy in the chokehold.
Like, why would they do that?
To take your money, Jade.
Clearly.
To take your money.
Clearly, it's not in it.
Yes.
I know. I look up.
I look up, I was like, wait, is he on?
No, it's on, man. The heat just more than it.
But, hey, let me tell you something. I walked into the Kingsters lab a while ago, right? And the heat coming off the window in here, I was like, this way, I'm like, we're dealing with in here.
We went in a sweatshop in the back?
But it comes out. It comes out.
Lord, I lock us up.
Yeah, nothing. Kingsters are going to get AC for y'all, don't worry.
Lock up, Jade. Where is this my fault?
That's the calls coming from the gallery. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
It's always me, no?
Blame Jade.
Blame Jade, man. It's always me.
But, based on what you were saying, the point I was making is, one of the other things that I'm doing is I try not to eat too late, right? So, it should be 8 o'clock, but because of my lifestyle...
It's not.
Sometimes I push it to like a 9 p.m.
Yeah.
But I generally then don't eat until 12 or 1.
Yeah.
So I try to intermittent fast.
I have no idea why I ate so late last night. I guess because I was...
Stress.
You can tell, no?
No, but I mean, generally when you do things, like people use food as a coping mechanism.
Just making sure you can't see it on my face.
No. No, you wiped off any crumbs.
I had some sweet potato fries and some shrimp.
You call me?
Friend, you're supposed to eat them times.
It don't matter what I'm supposed to do.
Just give me a whole speech.
I look like a should guy.
You just gave me a whole speech of how you're trying to do better. You just come back after eating terribly. And now you should have called me. Like, so.
Was I really eating terribly? Yeah. I mean, I tried to. Okay. So generally, when I used to tour regularly, that's when I used to eat the best.
For sure? I thought that would be when you're eating the worst.
You would think so, but no, because you generally have a bit more say in what you're eating. So, and then of course I used to tour a lot of Rastaman.
Oh yeah, man, you're gonna be eating properly.
So
you can't get corruption on the tour.
You can't get too much corruption on the tour. You always got one keyboard player who is a meat eater, and we try to ignore that fact because he's good at his craft.
You can't really burn out the man just so.
Yeah, we can't really burn him out just so. But but the thing is, one, you're eating probably on the road, right? But for the most part, you're eating at the venues. So you're able to send in what you want.
Oh, yeah.
So you have your hospitality radar, so you know that, hey, this is the type of food that we want.
Yeah.
X amount of vegetarians, X amount of chicken meals, like this is the type of water we're drinking, this is the type of whatever.
Never try, yeah, let me do say that. I think you're still listening, and they might have wanted to sponsor the show and they pull it. Don't say that, Jade.
But no, whatever that is, no. Because, we'll
bless your heart.
No, seriously, like we would generally request what I want. The man them who does drink Hennessy, you can ask for Hennessy. The man them who does drink tea, you can ask for tea. There was always a few packets of ginger tea there for me.
Ooh.
As well as some sort of lemon tea. That was when they asked me what it is I want on the radar. So
sounds refreshing.
Lemon tea, please.
Sounds refreshing,
Lemon
friend.
tea. And it would change depending on the time of year, because when we tour in the winter, barely slacking by, give me some hot chocolate by. You know, good feeling you come off the tour bus running in this cold place and then you just got like hot chocolate waiting for you.
With the little marshmallows?
Yeah. Swiss Miss.
Ah. Top brand.
Not really, but yeah. Easily
really?
Accessible.
Swiss Miss vibes.
Swiss Miss is vibes. But you can't run around telling people like Swiss Miss is like a top brand.
I feel like you're spending Swiss Miss a little too much right now.
But this them is mass produced hot chocolate is like
So
there's nothing wrong with liking Swiss Miss. But you can't tell me that Swiss Miss is top class.
I feel judged.
How you feel judged? I just said there's nothing wrong if you like Swiss Miss. Like I used to request Swiss Miss. But I wasn't running around thinking like it was like on the level of like artisan made hot chocolate made from the cocoa plants at the Buddhist temple in no.
I never saw an appetizing.
So you want, but there's levels, Jade.
That is true.
You just but again, like I said, free to like what you want. Like for instance, like the people who like Moscato and box wine are barefoot and so. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but then you can't tell me that it's the same exact thing as like some of the other wines that out there. But you like what you like, and that's good. Like
and that's fine. You're allowed it.
Yes, and there's nothing.
They might tangling me up. I feel attacked.
Oh, take your time.
Okay, we're back.
You're looking spiffy today, actually.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Thank you.
Look at it. Nice.
I woke up and I was like, let me, throw on a little jacket today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feeling a little professional. Vibes. And here I am with my head turned backwards. I will.
Bye.
Anyway. But yes, Jade, let us get to what has been transpiring out and about here in the lovely Federation.
Well, sir, where do you want to start?
Jade, I'm just willing. I follow your lead.
Okay. Well, so we had 2 incidents that occurred last night.
Last night?
Yes. Last night.
Okay.
Because that's when things happen, Azem.
That night?
So.
I was going to say something about that.
No, don't say that. Oh, maybe you could.
Nah.
We're adults.
The guy. Yeah.
So last night I got a video of a scene, very gruesome one. And it was a scene where apparently a tourist fell down the steps of the Marriott. Fell down. I don't know if, yeah, let's say fell down.
Okay.
And he got a serious head injury and apparently he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This happened last night.
Well,
yesterday.
I got the video last night.
Yesterday evening.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, first off, condolences to the friends and family of the deceased. It's very unfortunate when you have a situation where people leave their homes, go to a place
Vacation.
to vacation and have a good time and then don't make it back home.
Listen, that was crazy.
No matter what the scenario is, like
no matter
that is
what the reason is.
That is very unfortunate, and I don't know the details of this in particular, but we do know that the man seemed to have suffered some head injury, and he died.
Yeah, like when they moved him and I saw the amount of blood, I was like, oh wow, that is.
And he just fell down some stairs.
Listen, no afraid stairs, eh?
No, but that. Maybe fell over a banister or something.
Well, I don't know if that's what happened, but I know they said that, well, from the reports that I got is that he fell down some stairs. My first thought was, boy, that's a lot of waiting by, because you know one thing why people is doing to you.
But I mean, the truth about it is, we don't know what happened. If it's a matter that if it was a slip or whatever, or maybe there was something else that triggered it. For instance, maybe he had a heart attack or cardiac arrest or something like that. You don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to wait for the results of the autopsy. Because there will be an autopsy, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Say, that looks crazy.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate. I'm hoping that there was every effort made to save his life.
Oh no, it looked that way from the video I saw.
In terms of time as well, because I always wonder about that. If the hotels have like 24-hour medical staff. Some of the hotels that I have been to, that is one of the things that you see. It's not a prerequisite. So it's like all hotels just have them things.
Yeah.
But I've been to hotels where there's medical staff, even if it's a registered and licensed nurse on the premises at all time. So I don't know if that's something that we do here or if there's something that certain hotels do and not others.
I don't know. I was looking at the video and the paramedics were trying. They were doing their best.
They don't know how long they took to get there.
No, I don't know. That's the only thing I don't know. But they looked like they were doing their best.
Yeah. I think our EMS personnel, from all the reports that I have gotten, seem to be well trained. Now, the reason I say that is I know several people who would have left here and would have gotten jobs overseas, EMS people. So, yes, we've seen several complaints about the way they might handle things, and we have questions about whatever. But generally, my understanding is that our EMS personnel they do well.
Yeah.
In those situations. So.
But yeah, condolences to his family, man.
Yeah, but what going on with the tourists them getting injured and
I don't know what. Listen, you know what's even crazier?
That make me feel like the ancestors might not be happy with them. The ancestors might not be happy with you. We want y'all to come. Repent before you come. That's all.
That's small prayer on the airport.
Say a small prayer on the hour before you come off the school ship.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. But for me, what was even crazier is the amount of people seem to be getting into accidents and getting severe foot injuries.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of freak accidents happening.
Yeah.
They do feel freaky. Like they feel extremely
And all
freaky.
of them happened this year, right?
There's a lot of them happening
A pandemic of people.
There had some last year because even if you
There was some last year?
Even if you think about like the young lady that that had the run-in with the shark and things. Like, it's just like a lot of little freak accidents happening.
Listen, I better start to pray now.
Be careful. What might have to happen is, look, let's go find a Yoruba or be a priestess. Let them come to the airport. Go by all the ports. Let's go by all the ports. Put down a little altar. You know what I mean? So when you come, you make a small offering to the ancestors to guarantee your safety on your visit. I mean, to me, that sounds like
yeah, that's a good way to make some money in the country, too.
I wasn't gonna charge them for the honor here, but
oh, you said I thought you said to make a small donation. Did I imagine that?
small offering. So
Yeah.
I meant on the altar. Like I didn't mean like a monetary gift, but I like the idea actually.
Yeah.
We could call it
Tourism security?
atonement tax.
Atonement tax, okay.
Yes, atonement tax. Atone for the sins of your ancestors.
Yeah, just go over to Nevis, you know. Guys, find somebody over there. I know there's people over there that could do this. From all the reports that I've heard. Small 15-minute trip over to Nevis.
I always find it interesting that we are so westernized in our religions, in religious practices, and we are so deeply rooted in Christianity that some of our cultural, religious, and spiritual practices, they don't exist like here in St. Kitts.
And if you even talk about them, they think it's something wrong.
Yeah, and I go to other countries, and it's part of the thing. I tell you, I've been to workshops, and at the start of the workshop, yes, they pray and open up with a word of prayer or whatever, and then they have libations for the ancestors. And it's normal,
Well, I mean, that act like it didn't exist. That act like if you speak to your ancestors or you speak about your ancestors, you're into evil.
Black magic, yeah, black magic.
Bro, but duh.
No, but if you believe in Christianity, you believe in spirits.
Exactly.
You believe that there is more after the body, the body has, died, decomposed, whatever.
I think it's just what happens when you believe that your religion is the correct one over everybody else's.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't even think it's that, because if you believe in Christianity, there is acknowledgement of spirits. There's acknowledgement that there is more after.
Yeah, but
death.
it has to be acknowledged in a Christian way.
But I'm saying we don't even do that. That's what I'm saying. Even as
So
a Christian,
so who does be praying to?
you pray to Jesus, and then some denominations you pray to the Mother Mary, of course. But
So these people are spirits? Me understand.
yeah, but I'm talking about your ancestors. But I'm saying even in the
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying,
Right.
but I'm saying the fact that they pray to these spirits, but they don't acknowledge their ancestors.
But what I'm saying is, even in the Christian doctrine, there's acknowledgement of ancestors. So it's like so it might be more of a cultural thing as opposed to a theological thing. So I don't know if yes, there might be more of a cultural reason why that happens. Because at the same time too, we're talking about a very specific subset of islands, right? Which would really be what we would say. How would I classify it for me from moving around? It might be the English-speaking or the former British colonies, the last set of us to move. We are the ones who seem to be things. So it might be more about colonization as opposed to just religion.
Yeah, because you're right, because I know
Like I said, Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad,
Dominica,
Saint Lucia, Guadeloupe, Martinique, these places, things like libations and stuff like normal. Like it's normal. And even among the Christians.
Yeah, it's just us. We need to release those shackles of colonization.
Bye.
I mean, that's the train, so you know.
Oh boy.
He is trying.
So you think when we become a republic, the oath that they take gonna include the ancestors?
I hope so.
Really? You really hope so?
No, but I hope so. Am I really thinking that it's going to happen? No.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you hope so, but you're just not hopeful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think because of how we have been raised and the religions that we follow, a lot of things won't happen.
Lot of things like that.
Like that's like, I think we're a very Christian society, and I mean like.
But that's the point I'm making. Like, I don't think it's simply because we're Christian. I think it's because I think it's more a remnant of colonization, because other Christian places do it.
Yeah, but our Christianity is different to you. Ours come from colonization.
And theirs too.
Well, I don't know who colonized them, but they are the same people that colonize us. Because I was just different by.
Yeah, well.
But speaking of spirits, some spirits were with these young men that got shot last night because they didn't die. Congratulations.
So they had a shooting last night?
Yeah, 2 people were shot apparently. And praise the Lord, or the ancestors, whoever they prayed to, they didn't die. Yeah, they could have, based on the story that I got. They were very close to possibly being the next 2 murder victims of St. Kitts and Nevis, but yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear that we're not reporting on the murders today.
Very much so.
But it's still unfortunate that we're still having these shootings and that kind of thing. Again, I don't know what's going on. Like, I do not claim to know anything what's going on in the streets.
You think we get influx of guns or something?
I'm not.
Like a new barrel?
Guns ain't been absent, Jade.
I know they haven't been absent, but I'm asking if you thought we got new ones.
I wouldn't know. Like, I don't have any reason to believe. I don't have any reason to believe that we got new guns. I just have evidence that guns are being used more, and it's seemingly more than, let's say, a year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's more coming in. I don't know if...
Man, because like with kids, when they get new toys, that's what they just play with the most. Yeah, that's what you're giving me right now.
Oh, boy. I don't know, boy.
It's giving me, y'all got a new shipment.
The same feel, play, boy.
No, not that kind of playing, man.
Yeah, I'm saying. It don't feel play, you know, and again...
Because we had a murder last week. We had a murder last week in Nevis.
Oh, yeah. But no, the thing for me is that I think we are already becoming desensitized again.
Yeah.
I think the height of our concern and outrage was right around the unfortunate incident that happened down at the primary school. And I think, and this is just me reading what's going on. And since then, we've had several other shooting incidents, and it's felt as though there hasn't been the same level of urgency to address the problem that we heard and felt at that particular time.
But it could be because it was done around where kids are.
I think that's part of it as well, but I think that's also one of the reasons why subsequent situations haven't elicited the same level of response, right? So I think there had been a build-up. So when we started seeing, we started hearing reports of, there's been a shooting, there's been a murder, whatever. I believe that we were coming out of a time where it made those reports seem like like not the norm.
And not really just murders, gun violence.
Yeah, that would tell you shootings and that kind
because
of thing.
we were having murders, it just wasn't like...
Yeah, like this particular type of...
Yeah.
So, and I think there was a build-up of concern and outrage and maybe even fear up until that particular incident, right? And then we saw the response, people on social media talking about it. We had the government pledging to do things. We had community groups.
We had a new task force
coming on board.
That's what the new task force started?
Yeah, the task force came out of it was around that same time as well. Right? And I think, of course, that was just such a brazen act, right?
Yeah.
That it really shocked people, right? It really, so to me, it came like to a height at that point. And then since then, we've had several other incidents, and I just haven't been feeling the same level of concern or the same level of like sense of urgency, right, to address it, right? I think we're getting back to the point where it's like, it's them there, and like they kill another one, them there, them they, whoever they is, right? And again, you know my stance on these things. Like these things, I can't separate myself totally from it, right? Yes, I might not be the person who's ordering the hit or the person who's pulling the trigger or the person who's being fired against. But I understand that as part of society, when you see these kinds of trends happening, that is a societal issue and it affects society and one way or the other, whether or not you're involved in terms of like where you could put a direct link.
Yeah.
Like it affects us, it affects the way we operate. Like I know people now who might be less likely to be out late or to go to certain places or might be feeling a little apprehensive when they're out. They're looking over the shoulder, whatever.
Yeah.
And these are people who maybe would claim to not be involved in these things.
But you never know.
You even get an invite to go somewhere and it's something in the back of your head now where it's like you got to go like, where that be? When there is, if I want, they had something down there last week.
Yeah,
and
chef.
Yeah, so it
Remember when they had us couldn't go Uncle T's?
So, yeah, it tense. It's tense and like, again, what are we doing to address it? And that's the thing too, you know, as opposed to seeing this constant wrap up, or at least a sustained sense of concern, urgency, all these things to try and deal with the situation, to me it's the same.
But I got bigger fish to fry.
Like what?
I thinking. But it was the big fish last week.
Where we put the home them?
Yeah, no, that's the current fish.
Current fish in the houses?
Yeah, the current fish is the houses. I think some contractors even went on Freedom yesterday to talk about it. I wasn't able to listen and I couldn't find any.
NHC, I think NHC said they were going to be there.
Oh, it was NHC?
I think NHC was supposed to be on Freedom yesterday to speak about it.
Okay. I'm going to have to go back to listen to see what they said. But yeah, that's the current fish right now. One issue at a time.
But just a plea to people who, for whatever reason, feel the need to address issues through gun violence. Just stop it.
There's other ways you can solve problems. Man.
Stop it. Like because.
Can you really tell people to stop that though? Like I don't think there's any.
No, they don't have to. They don't have to listen. They don't have to listen because I simply say stop it. But I believe that you can appeal to people's humanity. You can appeal to people's sense of right and wrong, right? Now, there may be other things that are more influential going on, right? But that don't mean that you shouldn't put the narrative out there that, hey, this is something that should not be happening. I think just like how I was saying that...
I think that it shouldn't be happening, though.
No, but just like how I said that there should be a sustained level of concern, a sustained level of urgency to deal with it, I believe that we can't just decide not to say anything either.
No, of course
right?
not.
So, yeah. How impactful it is on its own, I don't know. But as part of the bigger picture, yeah, put on the guns.
Yeah, no, I with you. I agree.
And who knows, maybe if even one person listen, might save 1, 2 or 3 lives, because right now them are moving like they're trying to do a bundle package buy. I mean, understand what I
Not them behaving like digital.
Crazy.
Bye, it is. Well, at least JNF is equipped because we have new medical specialists, including new surgeons, being...
You have soap in the bedroom? No, serious, a serious question. I don't know.
Friend, man, I'm hanging on well, and hopefully I don't
You
have
want
to.
to pass after here? We're going to pass up by JNF. We're leaving here to find out if they got soap in the bedroom. But go ahead, Jane.
And toilet paper.
They usually have toilet paper. Okay.
New medical specialists, including new surgeon, begin patient care at JNF Hospital. The Ministry of Health is pleased to announce that 3 highly skilled Cuban medical specialists and that... You got me struck up here, though?
I don't know the big guy now with these people.
Well, sir. Where was I? And a distinguished surgeon have commenced their duties today at the JNF General Hospital. When was today? The 9th. Okay. The 3 Cuban specialists bring with them extensive knowledge and experience in the fields of neurology and internal medicine, respectively. Their arrival marks a significant milestone in our continuous efforts to enhance our healthcare system and cater to the specific needs of our population. We are confident that their expertise will greatly contribute to the diagnosis, treatment, and care of patients with neurological and internal medical conditions.
Nice.
Additionally, we are proud to welcome the renowned surgeon, Dr. Zachary Gleet, who has received...
Zach. Yeah.
You know Zach personally, no?
Pal.
Oh, yes, sir. Has received training at prestigious institutions such as Harvard and Columbia Medical Schools. This exceptional addition to our medical team reflects our commitment to attracting top-tier talent to meet the growing demands of our population, including the increasing number of tourists seeking medical care in our country.
How ironic.
Listen. Furthermore, as the prevalence of chronic diseases rises, the need for surgical intervention has also seen a significant surge. The arrival of the new surgeon will enhance our capacity to provide high-quality surgical care to meet the growing demand. Love it.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that we have been highly skilled personnel at JNF. I think that's definitely going to add to our capacity. But honestly, though, like, I don't know if incompetent healthcare professionals has been the real complaint at JNF.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's right.
So, yeah, welcome them for sure.
But hey,
but the administrative issues as well as like just making sure that because they need the resources to do the job that they need, right? So
you could bring all the highly skilled people to think it's
they need the proper
to JNF.
Resources.
Yep. If they don't have the tools, then the skills really ain't going to matter. But yeah, we'll continue to monitor because I know they said that they have some. Well, our Prime Minister said that they're doing some stuff to improve the healthcare of our country. So
yeah, definitely. Definitely looking forward to hearing about that as well.
Yes.
I mean, part of it, yes, is bringing in some of this talent, eh? So yeah, definitely.
You need the talent.
For sure.
So yesterday we was talking about reparations and apologies. We talked about reparations.
We talked about reparations yesterday?
No, sorry, it was apologies. We spoke about how the monarchy need to apologize. Well,
the Prime Minister was saying that the monarchy needs to apologize.
Well, another Prime Minister, another uncle.
Jumping on the bandwagon?
Well,
every couple of years this year does come up, you know.
Yeah. Till I let me do that again, yeah, because I can say, oh, you kill off the gun.
I mean, understand why you always and like, you just quick to kill all the people. I mean, understand what's going on with you. Like, nobody else do this, yeah?
No, man, quick to kill him, but just saying that.
I mean, understand every time the name come up, it's like, they're gone dead.
You think his mom wanted him to be king?
Huh?
You think his mom wanted him to be king? Because she take kind of long, eh?
No,
the man only got a couple years left.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a matter of wanting or not wanting him to be king. Maybe because they think he's incompetent. No, I don't think it's that.
No, I don't think it's that either.
Maybe she did. Maybe she just didn't want them to have to deal with all that stress.
Could be. Do you think he wanted to be king earlier?
I really would have no idea. I really would have no idea.
Would you want to be king earlier?
And I could see an argument for both.
Okay.
For not wanting, being, for instance, if you're a little bit further down in the succession, I could understand some people being like, thank God I don't have that pressure to have to go deal with that.
Yeah.
And I could see some people who are ambitious to want that position, right? So it depends on the person.
Well,
and I think it's actually maybe more attractive now than maybe in times past, when their role was a bit more, I don't want to say important, but it was different, right? Now where it's a bit more ceremonial, a bit
Well, St. Vincent PM wants Sunak to support slavery apology and reparations.
Which is why you're not gonna get the apology. But continue, Jane. Read the article.
Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, believes British PM Rishi Sunak should support the issue of reparations and slavery apology for the role Britain played in the slave trade. Gonsalves made the call in an interview with Channel 4 News, where he was questioned extensively on the King's coronation, the British monarchy, and reparations. The Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines said as an individual he has an appreciation for King Charles, but pointed out he is also a proponent of reparations for native genocide and the enslavement of African bodies. Asked whether he would like to see the King apologize, Gonsalves responded with the question, will the British Political Directorate allow the King to apologize? Questioned on whether he would like to see the Prime Minister apologize, the Caribbean leader said, of course, the Dutch Prime Minister can do it. You want to tell me a European Dutch Prime Minister can do it, but a man of Indian descent can do it? I will find that strange. Gonsalves was then asked, would you expect a Prime Minister of Indian heritage to be more forthcoming on the issue? He responded, I would expect so. I believe he would have great understanding of the issue. I am not in his shoes, so I don't know what are the restraints, what are the constraints, but I am absolutely sure he will have a profound understanding of this matter. And while the British monarch is currently St. Vincent and the Grenadines monarch, Gonsalves revealed that during the King's coronation, he did not recite certain oaths. We do not swear anymore an oath to His Majesty. We swear allegiance to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I would like to see very much a severing of his link with the I would like to see very much a severing of his link with the British monarch. I don't accept and cannot accept that someone who is born in the United Kingdom, grows up in the United Kingdom, lives in the United Kingdom, can be the King of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Okay. Thoughts?
The man said, when I don't say certain things, certain parts ain't apply to me. So just hush.
No, you're going to look for, you're going to look for him taking the oath, the Prime Minister oath now. I want to see, like, how would I walk out here when the person reading say, I pledge allegiance to what he does do.
Hush. Big word, Jim.
Big word, skip over. Yeah, but then at the same time, the person reading the oath, what they does do?
Move on. I doubt it.
That just sound like, I just feel like that would just be something that we would have already seen, like in some videos.
So he basically said.
He probably just tell them take out that. They say like, watch that. They're waiting.
Don't wait that bad. Don't wait that bad.
It's interesting to hear him say that he believes that Sunak would have a greater understanding and might put him in a position where he is more just understanding of the plight and the call for apologies and reparations. Like any real conversation about reparations always has to start with an admission of wrongdoing. And I think that the reason why so many leaders are hesitant to give that admission is because that admission then serves as a jump off for, okay, you have admitted that you have wronged me. How do we then make amends?
Yeah.
So I don't even know if it's a matter that they feel like they was right, the ancestors were right, or that the government that they now represent was not involved in certain things. It's just a matter of, if I go and say that this country that I live, then I have a responsibility to right the wrong that I just admitted to. And I think that is where that whole thing becomes a little iffy.
It becomes a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
Well, somebody said, tell Charles we want our money.
And that right there is why they ain't us.
And the author said, that's it, Ralph, don't pledge nothing to not damn king. Republics for life. Which we are not.
The Republic, I don't think so. Means the Republic.
No, I just said which we are not. Like it or not, he still has to pledge allegiance to the king because he's still
And the truth about it though is that there are several ways. There's several ways that we could go about trying to find some sort of reparations and things. Like there are different ways, and the people have suggested different things. It might not necessarily be like, well, everybody who black now in the Caribbean gets $200 or something like that. Like maybe like. And the truth about it is, I don't even know if I really want that to be the case here. Because for instance, let's say they decided that they were going to somehow quantify the amount of money that was extracted from black people through their labor and that kind of thing. They through their
slave
slavery
trade, yeah.
and whatever. And then they decide, okay, well, we're gonna pay out this in cash. Like, how much you think you're getting? You might end up getting $75.
You mean 75 cents? How much black people that have to pay? You know how much black people that have to pay them? That might end up looking like 75 cents. Mainly too.
Because we've literally just populated this entire place.
Yes.
Whereas you might have had maybe 4, 5, 6 plantations with 15, 20, 30 slaves each. Now you got 60,000 people running around.
Yeah.
But this is a conversation that I think is forever ongoing. The ideas of, for instance, debt forgiveness, the idea of national prosperity funds and stuff like that. Those are all things that come into this conversation. If reparations were to be paid, how would it look?
Yeah.
And one of the things that is interesting too is that people aren't too concerned about being on the right side of history. Like,
no, because we're at the point where it's not really going to change anything. I don't think them coming out and apologizing going to really change much.
I think it can. That's the thing. I think it can, which is why they don't, right? Because again, if you admit that you were wrong, then the conversation now moves to, well, how do we make amends?
Yeah,
so,
the amends are really good.
No, but you can't do that until we know what the amends might look like.
That's my point, and I don't think they have gotten that far.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The conversations have existed about what it could look like. So for me, the idea of, for instance, countries getting out of these major debt traps that they're in with organizations like the IMF and stuff like that, which are run and the money is borrowed from some of these same perpetrators of the slave trade. Like, I think those things could go a long way in terms of really catapulting like countries' economies, right? So if you owe $1.8 billion to be paid over the next 10 years, and if that is not paid, then XYZ happens. You have to devalue your money. You have to do all these things. Like, those things have serious economic impacts.
That's what you mean.
So so for instance, we have a lot of countries that are inherently black, right?
Yes.
That have seen their economies dismantled based on the measures put in place by some of these same things. You have, for instance, we talk about it with Haiti.
I was about to say, Haiti, no?
No, but you're talking about Guyana, we're talking about Nigeria, we're talking about Jamaica, we're talking about Trinidad, we're talking about, like,
crazy.
We talk about Barbados. You understand? Like, and that's just in the Caribbean region. So, like,
We almost was talking about us.
Well, we got a little thing going on there,
Yeah.
which is gonna be interesting over the next few years. Cause our money, like, I am curious to see if within my lifetime the EC dollar is no longer pegged to the US dollar. That's what I would be curious to see if we ever take that decision, what that would look like. I think it's possible. Is it going to happen in my lifetime? I don't know. But a lot of what is happening now signals to me that it probably isn't something that we're discussing at the highest ranks now, but it must be something that is going through the minds of the people who are going to eventually have to make those kind of decisions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so the idea of reparations coming in, like, for instance, debt forgiveness or economic programs that are designed to uplift nations that were, affected and stuff like that. Those are conversations that are already being had and things that are being explored, but you have to have people who want to admit that, hey, there was something done.
We might have messed up somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just left to see what will happen now that all these leaders are continuing to push the narrative of republics and not having to pledge allegiance to any king and not having England be the head state.
I'm concerned with them just looking after the people today. When we're gonna on one hand say, when we on one hand are gonna admit that there are leaders who are vocal about the need for us to be truly independent and truly be self-deterministic in terms of our national identity and the way forward for the general direction for nations. But then at the same time, we said these are the same people whose positions and roles are synonymous with corruption, are synonymous with things. Then it's kind of like, meh.
I think y'all got bigger fish to fry.
We have fishes to fry. You understand? We have fishes to fry, and sometimes it may feel like posturing.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like posturing, where it's like, do you really care about your people, or is this something that makes it seem as though you are one of the people?
Never waste a good crisis. Never waste a good scandal. Never waste a good opportunity to look like you're on the right side of history, even if you're not making the actual efforts to be so.
Well, how do we want to structure our highest halls and how do we want to structure how our laws are made? Because all of this is things that we inherited from England.
Yeah.
The Westminster system, we inherit all of these from England. Is it that way that we want to change?
You are the sound low.
Mine? Oh, let me show them.
Your mic on? Your mic on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but the Kingston's on Saturday. But I don't know if you want me to change the mic or whatever, but I think that
The audio. I can't watch the audio, but
but yeah, so we at a place where we seeing like opinion
we're supposed to be
we
having.
need to be having,
Yeah,
and the people who are in the position to put those arguments and concerns on the table, they're not doing it.
No. Stick up in. You smell something, buddy?
No,
You don't?
no.
You get? You sure?
But ain't in here though. Yeah, that ain't like electrical smoke or nothing. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. We got to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, the audio is back. Thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping that, again, I keep saying I'm hoping that this is where the conversations get to. When we start having conversations again about, for instance, the Privy Council being the highest thing, we should go to the CCJ, Caribbean Court of Justice. All of these are the type of conversations that are wrapped up in this.
St. Lucia joined recently. Who did they join again?
I don't know.
Was it the CCJ?
It's in
Yeah.
the CCJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Well, so a group has cut ties with one of the favorite songs of the Caribbean, well, the dancehall diaspora.
Okay, what going on?
TOK cuts ties with the Chichi Man song. I just realized that was the actual name of the song.
Yeah, Chichi Man.
Sorry, like, why would they name the song that? I mean, I know that's what you're about, but lad.
That's, what else you can name it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of options.
No, not if you listen to the lyrics. Like, if you listen to the lyrics in Chichi Man song, like.
There's so many songs that are not based, I mean...
No, but what I'm saying is, how you can call the song something, like any song, like, the songs are normally based on the lyrics of the chorus.
Yeah.
So, that was the chorus?
Well, the Jamaican dancehall group TOK is setting an example for their peers by omitting divisive songs such as Chichi Man from their performances. Performing at the recent Reggae on the Beach held at Artistry Beach, Bay Street, St. Michael on Monday, May 1st, the group refrained from performing one of their most popular songs, Chichi Man song. Chichi Man, sorry. Making a statement that they are about promoting unity and not separation. Although hosts Infamous, The Voice, and Jordan English, with the help of the crowd, begged for the 2001 hit, the group remained unfazed and concrete with their decision. Speaking to Loop Entertainment following their stellar performance, which included many of their other hits like Money to Burn, She's Hot, Girl You a Leader, Footprints, and Shake Your Back. They had so many good songs, right?
Yeah, they had a run.
Yeah, but they had a good one.
They had a run for about 3 years there, 3-4 years. I was just like...
Oh, you know which is my favorite song? Did they say it?
Chichi Man, come on, Jade.
No.
That was the biggest song, so.
Footprints was my favorite song.
Footprints was so depressing for me. It was a
Yeah,
good song, man.
that's my kind of music.
Jade, you like gunman songs?
I also like depressing songs. Chichi Man in a good man song. Is it? No, it's not good.
I mean, that's the point of the whole song. The point that people frown on the song is that it's said to incite violence against particular people.
Yeah, but it
People from
wasn't
particular.
gunmen related. It was more like they should die, you know, abomination related. It wasn't really like shoot them when you see them related.
That's that's what people tend to.
But I wasn't in the song.
Right, I know that, you know that, but the people who frown on the song, like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they revealed what led to their decision. Basically, Chichi Man is like a gift and a curse. It's a great record that means so much to so many people from just the love of the music. But for some people, it's offensive as well. And because we feel like the music should really unite people, we've made a decision to not perform the song because we don't want to offend any of our fans, Roshan Bessie Clark said on behalf of the group. Also speaking on behalf of his bandmates, Alistair Alex McCallum professed that he definitely felt the love from Barbadians, although this was their first performance in the island for over a decade. That's nice. Theo okay for music fest? It's too late? Might be too late. Like, what else are talking to in here?
Maybe whoever listening.
Oh. Yeah.
But man, no,
Well, how do you feel about this one?
it's their song, they decide how they want to handle it, right? So,
Sure.
yeah, more power to them, that's what they felt. Like, no problem. But, because I have been in countless situations where the song played, and people who might be, them there singing
What about it? Run out in the front and so?
Yeah, so, and the problem, but the problem I have is when you're going to say like, I may really want to offend people, like you lose me right there. I understand if you believe like you have had a change of heart and believe that hey, my views have changed as to this particular thing, and so, but we're making art.
Yeah.
We're making art like you can't make art that isn't offensive. Like art sometimes is offensive. Conversations are offensive. In order for you to have any real conversation and any real dialogue, you have to risk offense, right? You have to risk offense. Like there's a band called Dying Fetus. What they do? They because some people feel like it's offensive.
What?
Yeah, Dying Fetus, you know the band.
They look at me face, tell you that another band?
Yeah, but
What
they're actually pretty cool.
What did I say? What did I think?
Just Google it, Jade. I don't think it's necessarily up your alley, but actually a pretty good band.
Wild.
Yeah, but at the point I'm making is like, you risk offending people. Like we risk offending people coming here every day and talking.
Bye.
Like if we were to decide that like
Me know that for sure.
we're not gonna talk certain things because we don't want to offend certain people and things like we won't be able to say anything.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah,
That
but the thing is, I understand that there might be things that I said like last week that giving you information and giving you insight I might not agree with and stuff like that. I could understand that, but because up to now they didn't say whether or not they agree with this song, I don't agree with this song.
No,
if they say the same sentiments, all I want to do is be able to go to the States and perform. And again, if they say that, I could live with that too.
That honesty, and we understand.
You want to be able to go into certain spaces and not have to face the consequences of things. Like you just ball out TOK for Music Fest, right? So perhaps we know having a resurgence, and you see this every couple of years where legacy acts have a resurgence. Perhaps one of their songs get mentioned, and because it's funny that I'm saying this now because I was watching a podcast about 2 weeks ago, and their name came up in the podcast, and this is a US-based podcast, right? So I don't know if there's a resurgence of interest in their music, and so they're trying to capitalize on it and ensure
and
that.
more power to you if that's the case.
Yeah, but
we understand.
Yeah, that's that.
But while we're on the topic of music, we have to send a special shout out to one of our very own, Byron Messiah. He actually has been nominated for a Caribbean Afro Music Award.
Nice. Pick up Byron, boss.
Yes. He was nominated for the Best Dancehall Act and Best Album. I can see him winning because, boy, you can't escape that song, boy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm moving around. I heard his songs in St. Martin. I heard his songs in Tortola, in St. Thomas. Over and over again. Like everywhere you turn.
Right now, if you go on TikTok, that song is
That's a team song?
What? Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, I've seen celebrities like Bobby Shmurda was actually, he captured one of his pictures them, and then Burna Boy was listening to the song in one of his videos, and you know, what ghost son name? Rainy Jr. What he
actually Tariq.
Michael Rainy Jr., but his name is Tariq. That's funny, like when.
No, some people they get so associated with the roles that they play. That's them. That you just used to week.
Yeah, he was listening to the song and stuff. So, but I know Byron probably proud, seeing that all his songs, well, majority of his songs have millions of views, and that song literally is the song of the summer.
Yeah, that's how we go.
Worldwide.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes, and like I am very happy. I mean, and I think for me. This is what I've been saying all the time as it relates to like what's necessary. Like we need the examples of success. Now the question is, are we as a nation and the artists that exist, are we going to be able to capitalize on the attention that Byron's success has now brought on the industry here, right? And that's the next step. That's the next step, and that's what I'm hoping happens.
Well, we spoke about cultural ambassadors this week, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Like, I think the government has a part to play and all of that. But again, I'm maybe one of the few people who don't necessarily believe that the government will bring about the type of results that we want to see. I think they have a role to play, and I think there's much more that they could do, yes.
Definitely.
But, I use this example all the time. I don't believe that lawyers look to doctors to fix the issues in the legal profession. I don't believe that, mechanics look to chefs to fix what's going on in the automobile industry, right? So, there's the most responsibility, of course, is on the people that are in the industry and the practitioners. So, hopefully we're able to just, like I said, capitalize on it, because that's what's going to happen. It's not going to be. Look, there wouldn't have been a Burna Boy or Wizkid if there wasn't a P-Square, right? Even if there wasn't an Akon, right? So, like, this is kind of what happens. There wouldn't have been a Chronix if there wasn't a Bob Marley, right?
Yeah.
So. Hoping that we're able to capitalize and move even more for our talented people, because we don't have a shortage of talent.
No, of course not.
We don't have a shortage of talent, but I think that it takes a special. It takes a special person to do well in the music industry. It's not a very easy industry.
Oh no, it's not.
And I think that a lot of times what we do is that we look at talent and we go like, oh, that person is so talented, why they do it here? And it's like, well, that person even want to do that.
Yeah, because it comes with a lot. Man ain't just, your song big and then that's it.
But not only that, sometimes these people, they are content where they're at.
Yeah, they're just like, they're little gigs now and then.
Why these people ain't big, and sometimes almost suggesting that their current level isn't something that they should be proud about. Like they should be wanting more. They should want to tour. Why they're not traveling abroad? Why they ain't bus, as we just say. And it's like, that they're comfortable with their little gigs. Is why they at now. They're making more money than a bank manager. Like they're making more money than somebody who we consider successful in other things, right? So. They're comfortable. They're good.
That's what I mean. Like they're happy with the little gigs here and there going. Wherever they.
The point I'm making, I don't think they even look at it as little gigs, because we don't look at it as a little job.
No, that's what I mean. May mean little as in, the type of gig, I mean, little as in if they're flying now and again.
Well, I say not even flying. Like I saying what's like a middle income salary here, right? Maybe if somebody making like let's say somebody making 9,500 a month. Do we consider that person to be
$9,500?
yeah, if you're making
you're rich.
If you're making if you're making $9,500, but I would suggest that there are some persons who regularly earn that from their music.
Yep.
And people look at them as though they're failures.
Yep.
So I'm saying is they might not be looking at themselves as no failure. So you could stop there and say, oh, what you want to see me do? But
by doing what?
And not only that, I'll go even further. Maybe in an attempt to do more in other markets, they end up earning less. But people would look at them and say, oh,
you're doing so
well.
Oh,
they're doing so much better now because in your mind, jumping on a plane and going or somewhere to do a gig. You think they didn't understand that you staying here and working weekly, you're earning more money than you would initially earn if you were to go and start doing that.
I think that's why a lot of the artists and the band members and all of these things, they have regular jobs.
What do you mean?
Like, meaning that they do their craft, they're artists, but they have a 9 to 5 just like the rest of us. Like,
well, that's not that ain't necessarily what I kind of speaking about, because I believe that a lot of us, really, we do that out of necessity, like because our music isn't able to sustain us, right? But I'm talking about the artists who a lot of people see as being very talented. I think that a lot of them, what they earn from their music is comparable to a at least middle income person, and we don't look at those people as failures.
that's what I mean.
Right? We don't look at those people. If you like, for instance, you're working in an office making, let's say, 8,000 a month, 5,000, like 9,000 a month. I don't think people look at you and go, "Where you settling?"
No, it's just entertainment. It's only us that get this kind of fight.
Yeah.
Only us that get this kind of fight. But
So,
congratulations to Byron and
yeah, for
continue
sure.
doing big things and
Yeah.
don't let the Jamaicans claim you over us.
I don't even claim who claim him. I think the young man is in a position where
But
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
No, the man was attacking us stiff in Jamaica. Like, no. I said, who is him? Iris. You got to defend yourself.
I guess.
Jamaica has enough artists. We don't want all. Stop being greedy.
Stop being greedy. Yeah, but I think the young man has a bright future.
Yeah, but definitely.
Yeah.
So one of the last things I ever expect to have to encounter if I ever go on a cruise is hidden cameras.
Not surprised, but scary.
It's extremely. A man was arrested for placing hidden cameras in Royal Caribbean cruise ship's bathroom. Public bathroom. Shame.
You know, we just got some wild guys
Some
out there, man.
weird people. They're just weird as if like these. I never had these type of thoughts in my life.
Sorry.
Jeremy Forrest was arrested on charges of video voyeurism.
Voyeurism?
No, it says voyeurism.
Oh.
Voyeurism. I know it's voyeurism. That's why he was showing me off already, but it says voyeurism. And attempted possession of child exploitation material, according to the FBI arrest affidavit obtained on Tuesday. The alleged incident happened aboard Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas, which left Miami on April 27th for a 7-day cruise with stops in St. Martin, San Juan, and the Bahamas, the affidavit said. According to the affidavit on April 30th, as the ship was in the international waters, Forrest installed a hidden Wi-Fi camera in a public bathroom on the arch of the top of the deck between the floor rider, surfing simulator, and a bar. The camera was placed in a section of the wall above the door that has been removed for repairs, and the only portion visible was the camera lens itself, the affidavit said. On May 1st, a passenger noticed the hidden camera and reported it to crew, who seized the device. The camera had a micro SD card, and when the data on the card was reviewed, it had several hours of video files. The initial video showed Forrest hiding the camera and adjusting the angle so it focuses on the area of the toilet. Forrest is also seen taking his iPhone out of his pocket and appearing to connect the phone to the hidden camera using Wi-Fi. Videos on the card showed more than 150 people, including what appears to be at least 40 minors as young as 4 or 5, who are seen coming into the bathroom to use the toilet or change in or out of swimsuits in various stages of undress, the affidavit said. The ship security interviewed Forrest, who admitted to placing the hidden cameras in the bathroom. Forrest said he knew it had been found and taken because he'd gone to look for it and couldn't find it. The FBI is still investigating and seeking to identify potential victims who may have been recorded in the bathroom. As part of their effort, the FBI has a form that potential victims can fill out. So go straight to hell. Go straight to hell. Because what? Why?
Right. Pervs are among us, Jade.
Obvious. That is
Pervs
very
are among
clear.
us, like,
Lock up that man.
this is what I tell her, you know, like, I don't play my privacy, you know.
Neither do I.
I don't play my privacy. People just be so quick to just give it up. Just quick to give it up. But,
Sick man.
man, and the thing is, you go to these places and those are the furthest things from your mind, yeah, because
you're
you feel
thinking
like
of
in a safe
hidden camera
space.
in the bathroom.
You feel like in a safe space?
It's supposed to be a safe space. It's supposed to be a space where you just, you're going on the water slide, you're going when you change quickly. Like, why? That man needs to be jumped. We need to go back. Or maybe we should bring back stoning. Putting people in the center of places and just throw stones at them.
Right.
Because I stick out here, bye.
That's crazy, yo. I mean, and the thing is, this is so premeditated. Like, the man gone on the cruise ship with the cameras, them. Don't make sure he buy his SD card and thing. Probably when he went back to change the SD card, then.
Yeah, probably realize the game full. But this thing happens all over, like, for instance, in hotel rooms and stuff. Sometimes you have to go in there and really check Airbnbs and all of these places. You have to really scan. There's even equipment for you to be able to check for these things because of how often it happens. Oh, you're sick. Oh, you're sick.
Privacy, bye. Respect people's privacy, please. Respect people's privacy, please. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Sick people running around. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of sick people, jury finds Trump liable for sexual abuse, awards accuser. He awards accuser $5 million. A jury found Donald Trump liable Tuesday for sexually abusing advice columnist E. Jean Carroll in 1996, awarding her $5 million in judgment that could haunt the former president as he campaigns to regain the White House. The verdict was announced in federal courtroom in New York City on the first day of jury deliberations. Jurors rejected Carroll's claim that she was raped, but found Trump liable for abusing her. The reason why I rejected the rape was funny. Like, rape ain't funny, eh? But the reason was hilarious. Hours earlier, U.S. District Judge Louis A. Kaplan read instructions to the law to the 9-person jury before the panel began discussing Carroll's allegations of battery and defamation shortly before noon. Trump, who did not attend the trial, has insisted he never sexually assaulted Carroll or even know her. Kaplan told jurors that the first question... Kaplan told jurors that the first question on the verdict form was to decide whether that they think there is more than a 50% chance that Trump raped Carol inside a store dressing room. They answered yes. They would have to decide whether compensatory and punitive damages should be awarded. If they answered no on the rape question, they could decide if Trump subjected her to the lesser forms of assault involving sexual contact without her consent or forcible touching to degrade her or gratify his sexual desires. If they answered yes on either of these questions, they will decide if damages are appropriate. So, the reason why they couldn't decide if it was rape, right, was because Carol couldn't tell them if he used a finger or his other member.
Huh?
Carol,
So
Carol could not differentiate whether it was his other member or his finger. You look confused.
I mean, I don't want to be insensitive here,
But
that seemed like a detail that, if you could recall anything at all, that might be one of the details that you could recall. I mean, I could be wrong, right? Anyway, so here we are, former president convicted of, what is he convicted of? Exactly?
he is liable for sexual abuse.
Well, liable for sexual abuse. I mean, the truth is that he has, on several occasions, admitted to doing these types of acts.
Listen. And that's one thing, when I read it, I'm like, when they said that it may hurt his chance of, I don't think so. I don't think there's many things that he could do.
Trump has said that he could walk into the middle of, like, New York, shoot somebody in the face and nothing can happen.
Yeah, I hear one.
He said that.
He said that.
That mean it's not me putting that on him.
He
That's
literally
what he
said that.
said.
Because he know the type of people that he has following him, and they care about none of that. They care about none of that. All they want to know is he's president. Team Trump. That's all I want to know.
That's the world we're living in, Jade.
But it's a crazy one. It is a sick world.
So you don't think this is going to be something that could, I believe it could, eh? But
I think they're going to try to use it too.
no, I think it could. This is where, not necessarily in the way that you're talking about. I believe that this is something that the party, right? So from a party level, they may be the ones to use this as a way to
Oust him?
Yeah, keep him from that position. Or just to save face for the party. Even if they believe that he could win, they might do that to save face for the party.
The party is so shameless, right? That I don't even think so.
The joke about it is, I believe both parties in the United States are joking. Like, some of the things that the Democrats does be saying and trying to push. It's like totally this. In other words, like, there are some issues that I side more with the Republicans on. There's some issues that I side more with the Democrats on. And both parties, I think, leave a lot to be desired.
Bye.
Right? So, I mean, I don't vote in the US. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. But looking on at it from the outside is like, but sometimes I don't feel like...
Something wrong with that,
like,
something is really wrong with that country.
And the thing is, the funny thing about it is, for me, some of the main talking points, I generally side with the Republicans. Like, some of the main talking points, right? Not some of the long-standing ones, immigration and stuff like that, but some of the main talking points, I don't necessarily agree with what the Democrats say.
No, that's understandable. I mean, no party going to have everything correct. I just think it's more the people than they have some characters, and I think that's some of the biggest issues is the characters that surround them and are constantly in the news is what makes them look bad because like they don't just say anything.
Yeah, but yeah, all these parties have some wild either candidates, supporters, senators, that kind of thing, leaders. Yeah.
Like you ever?
Because what happened is, remember right now, politics has become very, very polarized, right? So you need polarizing figures for people to rally behind. And so...
And they're doing it well by.
Yeah.
Like Marjorie Green Taylor, she's a well one. She don't just say anything by.
Yeah.
Like that's somebody who you not don't think before they speak. They just speak.
Yeah. I was singing the Well One song.
Oh. That should be campaign's song, but I think we are not gonna allow that. Because boy should have just say anything. Remember when they had Sarah Palin? She like Sarah Palin and crack.
Sarah Palin didn't start with just a pretty face. That was the thing with Sarah Palin. It was like, oh, she's pretty, people don't vote for her.
That one didn't happen, take it. Handsome. Yes, the people that vote on looks.
Partly.
Okay.
I think people vote. That would be a good thought exercise for us.
To see what we...
See, what you think are some of the more deterministic things when it comes to, like, party? Electing people.
Okay. One, popularity.
Popularity.
Yeah. Two, you have to look a certain way.
Really?
There you go.
What look he had?
I ain't gonna deal with you, sir. You think? Get something better. Chicken.
No, but okay, let me tell you something, right? For me, the biggest determinant for people is we still very tribal, so people can just vote for the party regardless of who it is. The word is you could put a pig in a red bag and then put them down St. Paul's and people don't vote for it.
We don't St. Paul's.
But that and I think that's a disservice to that's disrespectful to the people from St. Paul's, eh?
No.
For people to say that, but that is the impression.
That's the impression they get.
That's the impression that people get.
And I work in the world, what though?
Well, I mean, there are places that have been traditionally one party or the other, right? So the two strongholds for Labour has been
St. Paul's
8 and 3.
What's it be, Village?
Village.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean that had changed in last, not the last one, but the one before.
Yeah.
Similarly, people would suggest that 5 is a PAM stronghold.
Standing points.
Right. So yeah, but I do believe that is the major determining factor. Party allegiance.
Don't mind me. Jaden teacher just requested that I send her a picture ASAP.
Of you?
And Jaden.
Okay. So yeah, but that'll be an interesting exercise outside of party allegiance.
But what do you think?
I think charisma is one.
Yeah, you got to have them.
And not only charisma, but a specific type of charisma. One that is mixed with wit, humor, and callousness.
Yeah, you have to be able to speak like if any given moment we go to war, you could give the best war speech ever.
So you think we need aggressive? So you think aggression is a thing? You think? I don't think so.
Not aggression, but the way, like you see how in Transformers, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime always got a good speech.
Yeah.
And you just feel his speech on a different level.
Okay.
You have to be able to give one of those.
Okay.
at any given moment.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I would listen to like the what you call them again? The meetings, right? And there's certain people when you hear them speak, you just know that they have a chance. Some of them you just know ain't happening for them.
Okay. Okay, I get that. I mean, and there's things that make good candidates and things that make bad candidates. And maybe that's the way to look at it.
Yeah.
What makes a good candidate in the context of like petition division politics? What makes a bad candidate?
From our history, from our many elections passed in our 30-something years. Many elections we had so far.
How many we've had?
Yeah, in our little time and being...
8.
Yeah.
And I just call that there off the top of my head. Nevis already had 176. But federally,
oh dear.
If Nevis become independent, but how that
Listen.
they may just walk out. But we know we like this 2-year term thing. Let's stick with that.
Let's stick with this.
Let's stick with that. But
176 in 35 years. Oh yes.
that's all about right to me.
No, they're correct.
I didn't fact check that, but it sounds.
Yeah, it was all like you're exaggerating it.
It sounds right. It sounds about right. It sounds about right.
Very on point. Very on point.
But who knows? Because people would look at like Jade and say, but Jade should run for politics.
Oh.
And I just be like, but why would you say that?
Yes.
Yeah? And you hear things like, oh, you carry yourself well, Jade. Or like, you're a very smart person. Or there's people that respect you in the thing. Sometimes I believe like those things they contribute, yes, but to me, all of that is secondary to which party you're running for.
Yeah.
I think a good candidate would lose if he's running in a constituency where the people are traditionally for the next party.
Yeah.
In other words, I don't believe that it is set in stone that the best candidate wins.
We know that. We know that, friend. We know that.
I've actually heard people say that if this person was running for this person, I'd vote for him, but she running for them there.
Yeah, so we know that's a thing.
Yeah. So that for me is like.
Well, I think some candidates had to switch parties and so. They can't win all the people
We
that.
had candidates that switch parties.
Yeah. From parties and then became candidates of the party. Let me say it that way then.
Oh, but like, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't believe that there are people who would have run for one party and then run for one of the other established parties as opposed to starting a new party, right? But
we might see that coming up just now.
I know that used to happen before.
It might be happening currently.
Please leave Cleon alone.
Who said it?
Please leave Cleon alone.
Who called somebody name?
Please leave Cleon alone.
You call not me, you know. I ain't call somebody name, you know. I ain't call somebody name. You see what this man like for me?
But you've been saying this for weeks.
What? No,
You've been saying this for
not
weeks. The man quoting Cleon, that what you say?
Who said that?
That's what you said that up to Monday,
Roll
Jade.
back the tapes.
You said that up to Monday.
I was saying.
Talking about how man give a nice birthday post.
Not said the part. But I said the other part, you just show it there now.
You said that man quoting up.
When I said that? Where I said that?
I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what you were But that's what you said. That's what you said. Those of you watching it live, tell me if that ain't what Jade been saying for weeks now.
Weeks?
Yeah, since the whole thing happened. You've been adamant about it, actually.
I have been. Interesting.
Well, have any well-being agenda there?
Well, a missing drunk man spent hours helping a search party look for himself.
Here we go again.
Yeah, it be like that. Like, sometimes, as a man, never spend time looking for something. Let me finish the question now. You never lost your phone and in your hand.
That what we talking about here.
The man lost himself.
The man lost himself and started looking for himself. Yeah,
it happens, I tell you.
I ain't find me yet. I need help finding me.
Bye. Get away, let me choke. Oh my gosh.
Check see if I over there, please.
Listen. What kind of alcohol you have to be drinking for you to last yourself and help look for you? A missing man. He was not missing. He was not missing. Let's start right there. That man was not missing. A missing man in Turkey accidentally joined his own search party and looked for himself for hours before he realized he was the target of the rescue. So the man didn't even know what they're looking for. He just said, I need help. Look.
I said, no, man, there's a guy. There's a guy he's missing. Oh, for real, I help you look. No, but I could understand that, Jade.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't walk out there, you're missing.
If you ain't know you're missing, are you really missing?
But, okay, this is the point I'm making. I running around living my life. Somebody, whoever, report me missing. I don't know they report me missing.
Man,
So then they boot up on these people. They tell me
they're looking for a missing man.
Looking for a missing man. But of course, I'm helping you out. And then they're like, go right there.
It's me?
It's me. I'm looking for it.
What me? Oh.
I could actually see this happening, eh? I could see this happening.
Azem, it did. It literally did. According to local media reports, Behrman Mutler, a 50-year-old man from rural region in Turkey, was out drinking with his friends when he wandered off into a nearby forest and didn't return. The man just get up and walk off. Maybe we go pee. I'm fasting by the tree.
This might end up in Narnia, boy.
It could be the man we go pee and literally just fasting by the tree.
It might end up in Narnia. Oh my gosh.
No, they didn't say I'm coming back. The man just get up and walk off into the trees. And I watch him walk off. I stop him.
But nobody know where he going, Jade. Nobody know he's coming back.
But they know where he going. Like, if I see one of my friends, them just get up and walk off. Like, where going?
Yeah, but men don't know that, Jade.
That's why a problem right there.
Men don't do that. Girls don't go bathroom together and so. Men don't do them things.
So I just watch our friend walk off.
Yes, Jade.
Wow. And this is why situations like these things that happen to men.
Like, imagine I just get up, we're drinking, I get up on the table, go on somewhere. You mean where you going? I'm going to come back.
What's that something now?
You see me get up, what you think? What you mean?
I don't know what, that's what I don't know, so that's why I'm asking. Say something, don't just get up and walk off. I can't listen to our friend them by.
I don't.
So people are missing and so, you know.
The man wasn't missing, Jade.
He was. He just didn't know he was.
All right, tell us more about this. This is very interesting.
And he didn't return. Worried about him, his friends then alerted authorities who set up a search and rescue mission to find him. According to Turkish channel NTV, when the news of the missing man got out, efforts to find him intensified in nearby neighborhoods, with a large group of volunteers joining the mission. Sorry.
Exactly.
The search party was calling out Mutler's name for hours. So hey, you know what?
Jade, he can't be the only one with a name. As far as he's concerned, he ain't missing. So nobody looking for me. If I am not missing, how anybody looking for me?
So hey, they will say, well, I hope maybe I'm looking for. I think it's bad, but that's it.
As a joke.
Yeah, but it wasn't gonna be a joke when he realized. He was.
Jade, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened here. I know exactly what happened here. I just figured it out. Continue, go ahead.
While looking for him for hours, suddenly a man from within the group spoke up and reportedly said, "Who are you looking for? I am here."
I am he. I am he.
It's like the back just sound weird. Wait. What? Who are you looking? It's by looking for. By here. Yo.
I am he for whom you search. Hello.
Listen. I'd have been so pissed, right? I got your house for nonsense.
Hello.
This is the first time a missing
it
person
me
joined their
you're
own.
looking for?
Oh no, apparently this is this is that thing for Joe.
I tell you, I can understand this happening.
This isn't the first time a missing person joined their own rescue mission. In 2012, an Asian tourist who went missing in Iceland was found in her own search party after after she reportedly failed to recognize her own description. Hi, real people.
I know what happened here, Jade.
Hi, area people.
I know what happened here.
Please help me understand.
Because I just see it happen all the time, Jade.
What?
What has happened is you have a group of friends that are out drinking, right? At some point, one of the friends in the group does walk out. I ain't kill me.
What?
I ain't kill me. I've had enough.
Oh, that way.
But
Okay.
we know what has happened in the
You try, peer pressure.
And then man got you in your choke.
You can't just.
Come man, boom, another round, boom, another round. So what you just gotta do? You don't got to make up some story or something as to why you got to leave. Or you just dip out. They just miss you. I just see it happen all the time. You just, for instance, you're walking. This happened to me before. Walking going on the strip, meet a partner of mine. I could tell like he's a little intoxicated. So yo, what going on with you? I said, aye. One of them man birthday down there, and man. I had to give it back.
Yeah.
The
man want to kill me.
man want to kill me, the man hold it, man. I see it already. So what happens? They just look around and realize you in there.
Yeah, but then we just assume they're gone home. We don't assume you're missing.
No, Jade, but you never know.
We just know. We have never had an instance where we had this happen, you know?
No, I think
we just assume you're gone home.
No. I think we've had situations here where people like walk off from the group and somebody was like, wait, where whoever, you understand? And people start to go look for them. Yeah. That happen all the time, Jade. I believe that's a regular thing.
Would you?
Yeah, that got to be a regular thing. Jade, if you answer, that's what happened.
But that's how I don't have to experience it because as soon as I get up, I want to go. Matter of fact, my friends has announced where they're going when they get up.
No, but what I'm saying is, in the case that I'm talking about, people don't want to announce it.
No, that's true.
Because they don't let you leave.
They don't hold you hostage for sure.
They don't let you leave, so you have to sneak away. So partner walk out, I going away till I sober up a bit.
Yeah.
Because I know if I drink one more drink, all of them that I drink coming up.
Yeah.
Because they don't know, people doesn't know like, but if I hit one more, that's it.
It doesn't know when things
If
about
I hit
to go
one
left.
more, that's it. It's over for me.
Yeah, there's literally no when things
So you just kind of come to this side and
ease.
and then you just bust off and go clear your head and get sober up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the man was just sober, you know.
Yeah, it just happened. He felt me had no patience.
Friend me ain't know what going on. The man probably just take on his little walk in the woods, walk up by and sober up in here.
So imagine you sober enough while looking for yourself. Everybody think you're missing, except you. Because that's probably when he gets himself here, where he so cause he's always looking for this man, you know.
But what telling you, Jay, the man just like,
What that? Really?
is it me you're looking for?
I can imagine he feels so he realized like, why? It's me that. It's me
No,
that
but
looking
Jay,
for him.
I telling you no. Me, just like how I sneak out of the friend group.
No, I sneak out the search party, so?
I sneak out the search party. And then I show back up at the bar and just be like, hey guys, nobody would have known that I was in the search party, Jade. Nobody would have known. Maybe when I like 80 something and
I don't tell the story on my deathbed.
I tell it to my grandkids.
Adam.
I tell it to my grandkids, I'll be like, I want a joke. By that time, right? That's why, because I wasn't going to do that.
No, not me.
Person famous now.
Yeah.
What you say your name? Mulama? Molly?
Molly. Sound like something Molly would do.
Man in that with you. We got Molly one time.
Yeah, boy. This sound like something with friend Molly would do. But not lie.
Yo, that's crazy. Excuse me.
Is me I searching for? I'm right here.
That's me.
Me last? Where do you think I lost? I'm clearly not lost.
Hey, I think I found who you're looking for. Yeah.
And it is me. Friend, how old do you think is too old to get kids as a man?
As a man?
Because you know there's a cutoff time for women. Oh,
There's too old. What is too old?
So there's not too old.
I wouldn't give it on. No. Able to take care of the kids in some small way. Like, in other words, right? If you're old enough to be a contributing grandparent, then I think you're old enough to be a thing. It might not be ideal, but yeah, like that's what I would cut it off at. But the reason I said I don't play into it is because if you had enough energy to make the change.
I don't feel like that's fair to your child because now, me ain't no time with my father had 25 years.
No, but the argument that people would make for that is, well, you got people who there's a possibility of you not being here anyway.
Yeah, but I wouldn't chance it at certain ages. But one man who does not feel that way is Robert De Niro.
Oh, he could get children until he's 106.
Well, he's soon there. He's soon there.
They're gonna be alright. Like he built himself to where he should at least.
But I think that would want the daddy around, man.
Everybody wants the daddy around, but that's the point I'm making. Like everybody don't have that luxury, right? But at least if your dad isn't around to see your 50th birthday, then. But he worked himself into a position where you don't have to worry.
Main thing 50th is where they're going. Main thing he get. Unless he rich, he might go make it. He might go buy something for that.
How will he be 80?
Yeah, well 79. So that he got a good 20 years left.
Yeah, and we've seen the man just do a fighting movie like 5 years ago. That man good.
Yeah.
The man was boxing in the movie, like man alright.
Well, Robert De Niro, 79, says he just had a baby, his 7th kid.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah. Robert De Niro has a septet of children. When an interviewer mentioned De Niro's 6 kids recently, the 2-time Oscar winner had a late-breaking update. 7, actually. He had to update the number.
Boom, bam.
I just had a baby, De Niro added in the ET Canada interview, which was published online on Monday. There's no word on the newborn's name or age or partner with whom De Niro became a dad again. The Raging Bull star had 6 other kids.
Raging Bull, hey, these people, hey, I wait for that. The Raging Bull, hey.
Fitting title. Star has 6 other kids with 3 former partners per people. With his first wife, Diane Abbott, he has a daughter, Drina, 51, and a son, Raphael. Your first child, 51, and your last child, 3 months.
More power to you, back.
Right?
More power to
He has a 46-year-old, a 27-year-old, a 24-year-old, an 11-year-old, and now a newborn baby. So that kind of ain't that fat.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, he spread them out.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you work your way into a position where you've acquired the necessary resources to know that you could take care of. How does that keep happening?
May not. That one was beyond me. For sure.
But yeah, you work yourself into a position. So like, yeah, it might not be ideal for some reasons, but it's okay. For instance, just like how it isn't ideal for you to get children too young, it's not ideal to get children too late.
Yeah.
But just like how if you're too young, you could make it work. Older, you could make it work. There's pros and cons for each.
Definitely is.
There's pros and cons.
Yeah. It's not like they're going to be suffering. He, as you said, he made sure to.
Just like how you stand a better chance if you're young to be able to see more and more of your kids. It may hamper your ability in some way to earn. You may not be able to. Now you have this level of responsibility, opportunities that you may have taken. Had you not been attached, you probably might not take. So yeah, it might affect you in that way. Cool, but then you get older, you have now worked yourself into a position where you've acquired resources, you have a decent job, you know what you've parented a few times, so you kind of understand parenting.
He had 6
Goes at it.
tries. 6 tries.
Right, so there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons. I don't know where I think, see, this is the thing for me, Generally, I believe that for men, ideally, the balance would be somewhere around 40. But for women, I believe ideally, it would be somewhere in the early 20s. That's why sometimes when people be watching them things and so I don't frown on those relationships because I think biologically the way that the system set up, that makes sense. Like the man at 40, he may have not worked his way into a place in his career where he's settled, whatever.
He take care of the family.
So he has certain roles that he has to take care of. Whatever. The young woman, that is probably where biologically it is the safest for her to procreate, and she now has time to think if she does get with one of the guys who allows her perhaps to be able to take a year off to help raise the children and them kind of things. So to me that is ideal.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't frown on those types of relationships, but with that type of age difference. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what it is you gotta figure it out. Figure it out.
We grown, be the best parent that you can.
Yeah, figure it out. Just figure it out. You don't really have an excuse. For me, you don't have an excuse. You just have to constantly ensure that you're doing the best job you could.
Yeah, that is literally it.
Yeah.
So question, if you're married, right, and you feel like your wife poisoned you can drink from her again?
No, bye.
Okay.
That's a very easy question for me.
For you?
Yeah.
Well, a grief book author accused of killing husband calls his death a shock in chilling TV interview.
Huh?
A Utah mother of 3 who has been charged with murdering her husband appeared last month on a local TV show to promote a book she wrote about processing grief. Chillingly, declaring his death completely took us all by shock. She killed him, anyway.
Continue, because...
Corey Richards, 33, allegedly poisoned her husband, Eric Richards, with a lethal dose of fentanyl, which she mixed into a Moscow Mule cocktail on March 4th, 2022. She later wrote a children's picture book titled Are You With Me? to help kids cope with the death of loved ones. Appearing on ABC4's Good Things Utah on April 6th to promote the book, Corey spoke about the unexpected death of her husband.
Okay.
It completely took us all by shock, did it? We had 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6, and my kids and I kind of wrote this book on different emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced in the years. Try to find the part where I read yesterday.
So she's accused of killing the husband, and then she now writes a book about dealing with grief. And she's now promoting the book. So is it that they haven't gone to trial? Is that if the charges were dropped?
No.
So she's still on the hook for this murder?
Yeah, they lock up the man. So basically, right?
So how she promoting the book and the TV?
They didn't at the time.
So how would they find out that she might have killed?
Well, she told investigators that she fell asleep with one of their kids who had a nightmare. She woke up around 3 and she found Eric cold to the touch.
Okay.
Corey allegedly told police she had made her husband a mixed vodka cocktail and served it to him in bed at their home in Camas, a small mountain town near Park City, celebrating selling her home. You don't tell her home I kill him. Why is your mom wicked, man?
I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say, Jade.
You don't tell her how she kill him. Like, what? So apparently, right, he messaged a friend a couple weeks back and said, feel like your wife trying to kill him. Because he fell sick and he got better, but he messaged your friend to tell him, yeah, I feel like my wife trying to poison me. And I went back after feeling better to drink something that she just make him and give him. I'd have played with our life, you know.
Man, they had no proof.
What?
So the man ain't gonna blow up your family just for that.
I say blow up your family, but that would have been the last drink I take from her. Yeah, I gonna go for it. You don't move, you relax your pretty head. I gonna go for it. Kill the man after the man just sell a house. I can't believe. Cannot believe. No one no more good man left. God, killing him.
Oh, boy, that's crazy.
Bye. She faces charges of aggravated murder and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. To distribute to her husband?
So they got some evidence of these things? Wow.
In addition to the murder charge, the mom faces charges involving the alleged possession of GHB, a narcolepsy drug frequently used in recreational settings. The charges are based on police interactions with Richard that night and the account of an unnamed acquaintance who claimed to have sold her the fentanyl.
Oh my gosh. Cold-blooded.
Yeah, she well big like. You kill the man and write a book about it, you know? You kill the man and write a book about how to deal with grief.
How to deal with grief?
What? What was you having on your mind? It does get harder and harder to defend woman, you know? Why you always put me in this position?
I like how I don't even have to say nothing now. It just be just there like...
But she killed him after selling a house and then write a book about how to deal with grief.
After allegedly trying to kill him before I was unsuccessful.
Why lock up that dear man? Lord, man.
Cold-blooded. Yeah. Bye. Be careful. Hey, my mother always tell me careful who you eat from.
Bye.
Careful who you eat from.
That's right, dear friend, is a fact because some of y'all...
Cold-blooded.
She killed the man after he sell a house. Oh, dear.
Jade, you got a happy story that we could leave on?
I look it. Give me a second.
Like, just one happy story.
Hold on.
We could leave on a good note.
Yeah, we should try it. We
could make up something.
Make up?
The Sugar Boys beat the United States 5-0 last night.
You want me to come out and spread propaganda?
Propaganda. No, we're just talking it into existence. We're being positive. What do I call it? Manifestation.
Yes.
We're manifesting, Jade.
What is saying really? Happy and then they get catch. It says BVI boat chase ends in drug seizure. They're really happy. They're really happy.
That ain't like a daily thing, though.
Yeah, well, you know.
Seriously, that ain't like a daily thing.
They're trying. Yeah, you know. You gotta try a thing.
Maybe they don't usually catch them. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, they don't usually catch them.
They don't usually catch them.
They're
Congratulations.
really happy. Yeah. Let me tell you, where I squad.
No, it's very hard to find positive news.
And everything is just death, murder, chaos,
Shooting.
bombings. It's
Repatriation. Reparations.
well, Imran Khan has been indicted for unlawfully selling state gifts. I feel like they're trying to make up anything to lock up this man.
Hey, man, buy. They want you buy.
Yeah, because what?
The present government want him off the chessboard. Like he's definitely a serious threat to them.
Because I didn't even know that's a crime.
To be steak gifts.
Selling state gifts.
Steak?
State.
Oh.
What's a state gift?
Probably bribery. They probably mean bribery.
Yo, you know who was being bribed ridiculously?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Jade?
I wish. So I don't know if you watch the White House. It was a White House special, or it was a dinner that Biden threw at.
You mean the press thing what they do every year?
Yes.
The Associated Press dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
You heard the joke from the comedian when he said that that was the first man to ever buy a U.S. state judge?
Who?
A Supreme Judge? You remember who a Supreme Judge get by? But the man was out here again. Let me look for the story. That man was probably the first man to own one of the 2 black U.S. Supreme Judges we've ever had. U.S. Supreme.
That whole thing. I wanted to watch his monologues because I'm a big fan of him on the Daily Show.
Yo, that was funny,
Yeah,
Azem.
he ain't kill.
You know he ain't kill.
He ain't kill.
You know him. I watched that there from start to finish. That
But
man
I
was
asked this
funny.
question here about 6 times already. What kind of we coming about?
She just smiling, doing she thing.
Camilla, they ain't studying you for president now.
But she could still do it.
No.
Why not?
Because she ain't even going to get nominated. She's not going to get nominated.
Camilla just smiling, having her good silk presses, and you know, do she thing.
I can't tell you what her platforms are. I can't tell you what she's focusing on. What Camilla doing?
Cheating.
Where cheating?
Oh, where is it? Oh, where? So his name is. Okay, I'll find it.
His name is what?
Clarence Thomas.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember the story now.
Bye. That man had a sugar daddy, you know?
I remember
That man had a sugar daddy,
I
as in.
remember I remember that story by.
That man was getting gifts. Not like regular little sideway bribes. That man was getting trips, gold carriages. That man had a sugar daddy, as in.
They tell us that somebody's supposed to be braving us, but nobody taking us on. What's going on with that?
That's supposed to be a thing?
They tell us that somebody was going to reach out to us and start braving us.
They forget?
I don't know, but it ain't happening yet.
We got to start to talk reckless. That's what happened.
Yeah, could use a brave right about now, man.
Yeah, I could use that bribe too. A small, no. A small one. Yeah, I'd have been on spectacular. Like, me and actually to put a gold carriage in my garage. Yeah.
If somebody was going to bribe you a vehicle, what kind of vehicle you taking?
What's the nice kind? What's the nice kind of vehicles? What do you think would be good for me?
What I think would be good for you? Maybe a Mini Cooper.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, nothing too flashy.
No.
Just cute.
Yeah,
small,
you know,
like,
maybe to
the big vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the flashiness need all. Mini Cooper, take a space, you know, Jade and toys could fit in there. Yeah, yeah. But the man was getting luxury vacations. But he had a billionaire sugar daddy. Listen, I can't vex the man here. If a billionaire spoiled me, what are you supposed to do? Say no? I think that's kind of unfair. That's it, here's supposed to. You know, things happen. Things happen.
But the senators, the men are going very badly to him, saying nothing.
So
Campaign funding and all them things. Lobbies going crazy.
Well, the man can't, just because he's you know, a Supreme Court justice, he can't take a little bribe now and again.
Hey, watch you know, that bribe thing is a serious thing, eh? Bribe thing is a serious thing. What? Nobody taking us on.
Nobody, well, nobody bribe us. So.
Nah, but well, alas. But Jade, I think it's time for us to leave, for us to go to back to disengage. To go
By the way, he wasn't doing nothing illegal, eh?
Yeah, no.
It was just unethical.
Unethical, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, time for us to bust off. That's what they just say nowadays. Time for us to go about with business. But guys, it's been amazing. I'm hanging out with you. Thank you to all of you guys who've been commenting, sharing, being a part of what it is that we do here. We wouldn't be able to do this without you.
Definitely not.
Continue to share, like, comment, follow, and just let people know that SipNchat is here and that this is what they should be doing with their mornings.
Yes, remember guys, the more likes, the more people see, the more places we reach, all these nice things.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm really happy for the support that we've been getting so far. The people who really have expressed just how much they like what it is that we do here, and trust me, we don't take that for granted.
Not one day.
We don't take that for granted. So, thank you so much. But what you gotta do today, Jade? What the plan is?
You know the usual meetings and
What?
meetings and what?
We have one today.
We have one in an hour.
Oh yeah, my mother's.
Yeah.
You did mention that.
I did.
We'll sleep for an hour before. But yeah, guys, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta disembark. Thank you so much for being a part of what it is that's happening here. And remember, guys, to spend more time living your content. And also, guys, please remember you can't be everybody's cup of tea, because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow.